Hey there, welcome. So, we've all got something we want to put out into the world, right? An idea, a product, a story, but what good is it if you feel like nobody's actually listening? Today, we're going to talk about how to stop shouting into the void and start making a real, genuine connection with the people who are meant to hear you.
Does this look familiar? I mean, you've poured your heart and soul into something, you launch it, you put it out there, and crickets. It's such a common feeling, and honestly, it's incredibly frustrating.
Here's the trap that so many of us fall into. We try to talk to everybody, hoping to catch someone's attention. But when you do that, your message gets so watered down that it doesn't really connect with anybody. The good news, oh yeah, there is a much, much better way. So it all starts with this one big shift in how you think about it. Instead of trying to get the attention of the whole world, we're going to focus our energy on finding our specific crowd, our people. Now, this crowd has a technical name, of course. It's your target market. But don't let the jargon fool you. All this means is you are consciously choosing who you want to have a conversation with. It's all about being precise instead of just being loud. I love this analogy because it perfectly captures the shift. We're getting rid of the old school megaphone, just blasting a generic message out there and hoping for the best. Instead, we're going to become a magnet. And what does a magnet do? It doesn't shout. It just quietly and powerfully pulls in exactly what it's meant to attract. So how do we build this magnet? Well, we start by slicing up the market into smaller pieces. We can look at demographics, that's the basic who they are. Then you've got geographics, the where, which is more than just a city, it's about the local culture. Then, and this is where it gets really juicy, psychographics, the why. What do they actually care about? What are their values? And finally, behavioral, the how. How do they shop? What do they actually do? Okay, so once we've found our crowd, we're going to zoom in even closer. We're going to take this big group of people and distill it all down into one single relatable person. And we do that by creating what's called a customer persona. Now, listen, this is not just making up an imaginary front. It might be semi-fictional, sure, but it's built on a solid foundation of real research and actual data from your audience. This is how you make that big, abstract market feel like a person you actually know. You know what? To really get this, let's just build one together. Let's pretend we have a company that sells eco-friendly water bottles. It's time to meet our ideal customer. Let's call her Sarah Green. All right, let's start with the basics for Sarah, her demographics. She's 28, she works in marketing, makes a decent income, and lives somewhere like Portland, Oregon. Right away, these simple facts start to paint a picture of her lifestyle, right? But this is where Sarah really comes to life. Her psychographics tell us why she does what she does. She truly values things like sustainability and wellness. She loves being outdoors, doing yoga. This isn't just a list of hobbies. This is who she is. And here it is. This is the absolute goldmine. What's her problem? Her pain point? She has a tough time finding products that are built to last, look good, and line up with her values. And what gets her excited? She actively seeks out brands that care about the planet and people. This right here, this is what drives all of her buying decisions. Okay, so we've met Sarah. We feel like we know her, right? Now what? Well, now we take all this amazing insight and we put it to work. And trust me, this is where everything changes. Just look at the difference here. On the left, you have that generic, forgettable message, our water bottle is great. Okay, so what? But on the right, you have a message crafted specifically for Sarah. It speaks her language. It talks about making a difference, sustainability, style. It is a direct solution to her problem. See? It's a conversation, not just a boring old advertisement. So this brings up a really important practical question. It's awesome to have this persona of Sarah, but where do you actually find the real-world data to build her? And then how do you reach all the other Sarahs out there? Well, a lot of the time, the best data is sitting right under your nose, your social media analytics. This isn't guesswork, it's a real-time report card on who is already paying attention to you. You can see who they are, what content they love, and even find the exact times they're most likely to be online. Check this out. It's a perfect example from an organic skincare brand. They probably thought their perfectly polished promotional posts were killing it. But the data tells a different story. Posts that feature content from their actual customers get a whopping 50% more engagement. Their audience wants authenticity. They want to see real people like them. And just like that, that single insight from the data gives you a smarter, concrete strategy. Step 1, show off more content from your awesome customers. Step 2, focus on Instagram stories because that's where you're getting more reach. And step 3, post when your audience is actually scrolling. It's simple, it's data-driven, and it is so powerful. So let's wrap this all up. By following this process, we've gone from just shouting into an empty room to having a real conversation with people who are actually leaning in and listening. And why is this so important? Because you stop wasting your time, your money, your energy on messages that just fall flat. You start creating things that people actually want and need. And maybe most importantly, your message finally connects. When you boil it all down, it comes to this. This isn't just some marketing trick. It doesn't matter if you're a business, a creator, an artist, or just someone with an idea. This is the absolute foundation of being heard and being understood. So we've walked through how to build our persona, Sarah. Now the real question is for you. Who's your ideal customer? What's their name? And what problem are you going to solve for them? Time to go find out.